How's it going, guys? My name is Tasvarian, and today we're going over all the new gameplay footage and character reveals for Hogwarts Legacy. In the past couple weeks, the Hogwarts Legacy Twitter has been giving us little snippets of new gameplay footage, mostly more in-depth looks at some charms and some inside information of some Hogwarts professors. The first new clip of gameplay we get is a look at some of the ancient magic the game is based around. Here we can see our wizard in the Dark Arts arena, where we can practice our combat in the Dark Arts without consequence. In this clip, it shows us turning our opponent into a chicken. As stated in a previous video I made, the ancient magic is a mysterious magic that we don't know much about. What we do know is that when we build up enough of it, we can cast it towards an enemy to perform a defeating blow that will have a different effect each time we use it. This could be anything from turning someone to embers, or in this case, into a chicken. This is almost more cruel than using the dark arts if you ask me. The next clip we get to see is a showcase of multiple uses of Incendio. Most, if not all, the charms we use in Hogwarts Legacy will have multiple ways that you can use them. For example, here we see our student use Incendio to light a torch. As we don't know the context of what's going on, it's safe to assume we're simply just lighting a torch here. Or perhaps this is part of one of the many puzzles throughout the game world. The next use of Incendio we see is probably one we'll use the most, and this is simply using it for combat, as we can see here, setting our enemy ablaze after being lifted into the air. One thing I do want to point out is that our enemy is being lifted in the air without the use of Leviosa. This clip could possibly be teasing a grab mechanic, possibly allowing us to perform a grab attack on our enemies with different charms. This last clip of Incendio shows us a couple of interesting details. The first simply being able to use a charm to get through obstacles like spiderwebs, and presumably one of the many dungeons around Hogwarts. But also, if we look to the top right of our minimap, we can see this odd symbol, possibly representing no flight in this area, or perhaps this means that we can't leave the dungeon until we complete the task at hand, which in this case seems to be finding a relic of some kind. In this next clip, it shows us a little bit of how brewing potions will look. Here we can see us dropping in our ingredients for a Wiggenweld potion. Perhaps this is the experience we'll get in our potions class when learning a recipe for the first time. The next clip we see is of the Accio charm. As we know, Accio is a summoning charm, used to pull a target to the user. Again, like Incendio, we see Accio also being used for the environment, combat, and puzzles. First, we see our wizard pull a flying book towards him. These flying books we see are actually field guide pages, which presumably help us gain experience or learn new skills. Then we see ourselves using Accio to pull a platform to another, in order to cross a gap in what I assume to be a dungeon. Finally, we see Accio used in combat to pull our enemy to us from a distance. Along with new gameplay, the team of Hogwarts Legacy has also revealed some of our new professors, the first of which being the headmaster of Hogwarts, Phineas Nigellus Black, who to this day remains the least popular headmaster the school has ever known, as he makes little effort to hide the utter disdain he has for his students. He's a pure-blood Slytherin with a myopic view of the world and a very condescending attitude. It seems to be that the only thing the headmaster cares about is his position of power and his odd obsession with his beard. The ill-mannered headmaster, played by Simon Pegg, has also been seen in the books and films, as he was actually a portrait in Dumbledore's office. His portrait in Grimmauld Place was also hidden in Hermione's bag in the books, to stop him from leaking their location to Snape through his portrait in Hogwarts. In fact, Phineas Black may be one of the only connections we see to the wizarding world we know in Harry Potter's time, as he's actually the great-great-grandfather of Sirius Black, Bellatrix Lestrange, and Narcissa Malfoy. We actually received an entire 3.5-minute BTS trailer for the character on the Hogwarts Legacy YouTube if you want to check that out. Along with the headmaster, we also had some other professors revealed to us recently on the Hogwarts Legacy Twitter, the first of which being Deputy Headmistress Matilda Weasley, an exceptionally talented witch with a background as a curse breaker for the Ministry of Magic. Known for her composure and extraordinary wand work, along with being Deputy Headmistress, Weasley will also be our Transfiguration Professor. This character is actually who's in charge of getting the player up to speed as they're enrolling to Hogwarts as a 5th year. She'll introduce us to the Wizard's Field Guide and the Room of Requirement, which I've gone over extensively in another video. Another character revealed to us was not a professor, but a high-ranking Ministry of Magic official, George Osric. Osric is described as being a charming, gregarious fellow, and a decades-long friend to both Professor Fig and his wife Miriam. His ability to unravel the most difficult of riddles, combined with his loyalty and trustworthiness, prompted Miriam to seek his help in solving a seemingly indecipherable puzzle she discovered before she passed. The Ministry official will seek our help to solve these puzzles, as he can't do it alone. Finally, our divination professor, Professor Onai, a gifted seer whose faith was shaken by the fact that she did not foresee the loss of her husband. She is also mother to Natsai Onai, a possible companion of our main character. Professor Onai accepted an invitation by Professor Weasley to teach divination at Hogwarts so she can leave her troublesome past behind. I would also like to make some honorable mentions of some characters that were revealed, but we haven't really gotten too much of a background of. Professor of Astronomy, Satyavati Shah, and also Everett Clopton and Amit Thacker, both Ravenclaw students. The last bit of information revealed to us was our PC spec requirements, which I'll post here on the screen. Well, there we have it, all the new information and gameplay revealed to us this past week. What do you think about our new headmaster? And do you think he'll be a protagonist or an unlikely ally? If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like. If you enjoyed the content you see here, make sure you subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.